Yogis, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me today for your Maya reset. Today's practice, and for this week, we've been working with our tapas. And often, when we consider our tapas, and tapas relates to or translates from Sanskrit to English. When you look at tap, you're looking at heat or fire. And so when we think of our tapas, we often think of a really fiery, sweaty, high energy practice, maybe a vinyasa flow, something that certainly stokes our internal fire. What's really important to recognize is that we have that drive and that internal fire in the form of our determination, and sometimes that can even be our determination just to find our way to the mat. And sometimes that takes all of the focus, all of the drive, and all of the desire just to make it here to spend this time with me on the mat. And so today, as we work to enjoy our tapas in a restorative way tonight for our reset, I want you to consider this and take this opportunity to reset. We're working today with our Garuda mudra, and our Garuda mudra is both within our arms and our legs for practice. And Garuda is symbolic of the eagle, of Lord Vishnu's eagle, and this is symbolic of preservation. And so as we reset our bodies, we're looking to find a preservation and a slow burning fire rather than it burning out of control today. And if you've already found your way to a comfortable seat and settled in and taken these first few moments to settle still, calm the mind, and already cultivate focus just by listening and tuning in, you're already partway there. We're going to be taking a Sukhasana today, an easy cross leg, and beginning with a box breath before we invite any physical asana to reset the body. We begin with the breath. And settle into your seat. And turn down your palms and place them upon your thighs, running them the length of your legs, allowing your arms to extend and your crown to lengthen, your spine to lengthen, your crown to extend towards the sky. And as you take a deep breath, we invite the breath and then embrace it into our body and allowing it to run the length of our spine. And sensing our sit bones connecting. Exhale and maintain that length. Our even ebb and flow of breath with the eyes closed down. Our Sama Vritti. And we're progressing our even breath, our Sama Vritti today. And we're working with a box breath for that preservation. And often when we work with our ebb and our flow, it's that consistent rise and fall. Today's reset, we're looking to reset at both ends of that rise and fall. Reset and take a moment in pause, kumbhaka, at both the top end of that inhalation and the bottom end of that exhalation. And so for your next inhalation, I want you to focus your internal drishti, your internal concentration and gaze on the length of your inhale. And we're going to collectively inhale and count that breath. Note the count of your natural inhale and then exhale. And once again, taking note. And whether you're at a 3 or a 4 count naturally, maybe a 5 or a 6, our box breath is going to imitate your natural count, inhaling that natural length and then mirroring that with a kumbhaka or a pause before you reset and release the exhale for that same count. Taking again that pause at the base of the breath, creating the foundations of our box. Let's work together. Deep inhale. I'm working for a count of 4 to begin. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a pause of the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Long, slow exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the base. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Going to continue 4 more rounds. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. And continuing 3 more rounds. As you flow through with your box breath, your even inhalation, your even hold, and your even exhalation. And with the eyes closed down, I want you to notice the sensations that arise within your body, the warmth that you're cultivating, the tapas that you're connecting to within your body. And you have 2 final rounds, yogis. Final round, taking your last inhale to your count, and maybe you've elongated naturally that inhale. Wherever your count, take your kumbhaka and allow it to be a pause of restore, a pause of restoration. And exhale, release that breath ever so slowly, peacefully and calmly. And sitting with the lungs empty and recognizing the lack of fear in this space. Your box breath complete. Well done, yogis. And gently blink open the eyes and extend the fingertips, both arms to the sides of the body. And that long spine embedded still, your sit bones embedded and your fingertips now embedded. And take an inhale and find some extra space for the spine. We're going to flip the palms and draw straight to that Garudasana arms as you inhale, sweeping the sides of the room, reach to rise. And taking the backs of the palms to connect. And as you exhale, release the hands, sweeping the sides of the room, but just draw to the midline. You're going to turn the palms in, and as if giving somebody a great big hug, sweep to in front of the body. Palms to connect, take them into your heart. Exhale. Inhale, find that Extension, reversing that beautiful big hug, taking it nice and wide, expanding your lungs. And flipping the palms, take it to the sky. Maybe inviting the gaze with you. And flipping backs of the hands, exhale, chin down to chest. Releasing through the back of the neck and feeling into the space in the vertebra of the cervical spine. Flipping the palms, same breath, inhale, draw to rise. Gaze floats with you. Backs of the hands to meet. Exhale. Midway point, find your pause, your kumbhaka. And flip the palms. Draw it together, that hug to the front of the body. And palms to connect. And drawing that energy into your heart, take pause. One final round, yogis. Mirroring and matching, opening your heart. Flip the palms to the sky, sweep and take your gaze high. And backs of the hands to meet. And release as you swan dive the arms, draw the chin into chest, round out through the back body. And let's invite that Garudasana now, that eagle, as you inhale, prayer to connect above you. And backs of the hands, and we draw down to that halfway point. And this time from that halfway point, as you open the palms and go to take your hug, you're taking a cross. And let's float with that left arm if we stay with the same side so there's no confusion. And the elbows meeting and connecting. As you draw in now to find your prayer with the cross of the arms, opening through your back body, lifting the elbows and feeling that space between the shoulder blades. And this time, instead of prayer to the heart, and the prayer meets your third eye. And between the brow. And as you release the third eye, and as you release your prayer, find a little more height. And extend and release, floating back out and feeling that expansion through the chest. Flip the palms, take them to the sky. Backs of the hands to meet. Exhale, take your bow. And 2 more times, including and incorporating that Garudasana flow. Inhale, sweep the sky, palms to connect. Backs of the hands. Halfway point as you float through space. And palms to face the front of the room. Take your cross, and this time the right arm crosses on top of the left. Elbows to meet, and as you find your bind in your Garudasana here, palms connecting. Elbows draw to rise, creating space through the back of the heart and space for your breath. And palms draw to meet in the center of the brow. Nestling in, resting and surrendering. Release the prayer, release the bind, float the arms open, expand. Flip the palms, sweep the sky. Backs of hands. Exhale. We have 1 more time each side. Inhale. Pause. Exhale as we float. And pause, flip palms. Inhale. Crossing left arm over the right. Flowing through that Garudasana. Cross now, elbows nice and high. Resting your prayer. One third eye. Release, unravel your bind, open heart. Flip the palms, take it to the sky. Exhale. 1 final time. And flip the palms, inhale, reach to rise. Backs of hands. Exhale that halfway point. And palms to face, we sweep right arm over the top now. Elbows to meet and palms to meet too. Inhale, find space. Exhale, prayer to rest upon third eye. Release your prayer, release your bind, unravel. Inhale, open the heart, flip the palms, sweep the sky. Backs of the hands to the meat. Exhale, take your bow. And this time, take a walk with the fingertips as you reach them in front of the body and fold down. Slowly inviting the belly, the heart from your Sukhasana, maybe meeting the elbows to the mat and hanging the head heavy. And closing out that breath and slowly taking a walk back up to find your seat. And taking the hands behind you and fingertips to tent, and we're going to open through the chest and the shoulders here, hanging the head heavy, opening the throat, the chin. And slowly drawing the chin back to chest. And that walk that we took, now finding a sweep back to that surrender in front of you. Just the one exhale to find length through the spine. And then we're taking a walk off the left side of your mat. And find yourself staggering this all the way off the side. So both hands are finding their way off the mat. Your right hand is fully extended. Your left hand is tenting. And pressing into those fingertips, gazing over that left shoulder to the sky. We're going to slowly draw that right side, inviting that right side down towards the mat. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't reach. Extending that left now and finding the chest squared off. Slowly take your walk back to center. Walking back up and find the spine tall. We'll take that release through the chest and shoulders once more. And either staying in the tenting of those fingertips, or maybe this time now planting the palms slightly deeper, opening through chest and shoulders when you plant the palms. Rotating those shoulders to open back, drawing the shoulder blades together down the back body as you create space through the heart, hanging the head heavy. And chin draws into chest as you round out through the back body once more and take your sweep. Let's walk it through center. Inviting the belly and the heart once more. One breath, exhale. Your inhale draws you to rise just a touch and take a walk now off the right side of the mat. And both hands feeling their way off the mat, keeping the hands shoulder width apart. Your left hand now extends long. Your right fingertips connecting and taking that tenting action. And beside that right knee. And as we press into those tented fingers, we're going to now take that gaze over the right shoulder. Inviting with each exhale that left side of your rib cage, and left side of belly towards the mat. And let's take an extension with those right fingertips squaring off the chest. Feeling into your way back to center. And taking your walk back to rise. We've got one final release through the chest as you take your hands back behind you. Fingertips to tent or palms to connect. And this time as you open through your chest, you can hold your seat here or press into the tops of the feet and enjoy a slightly deeper opening and rise. And it's just a rolling action over the shins as you press in. I don't know if you heard that. I just got a release through my hip. It's popped. And pressing into the shins and again draping the head. Beautiful release for the hip flexors in this open state. Open hips, open heart, open shoulders. Slowly invite the sit bones back to the mat. And we'll come back to our seat. Inhale, long spine. And let's take our Garudasana across to the legs. Soles of the feet, yogis, to meet the mat. Keeping them shoulder width apart, taking the hands into the shins. We're going to draw the spine nice and tall from here. And slowly find a balance and a center point, making sure you're in the center of your mat. And find that balance for just a moment, recognizing your foundation, your center. And once you've found your center, you might take some support today for the hands beneath the calves as you invite the shins to run parallel with the mat. And don't worry, you're not here for too long. And if you're feeling like adding a little bit more fire today, you can take those legs out to extend from the knee, connecting to that tapas, your core, your center point. Maybe taking it for the final breath to the final expression of your Navasana, your boat pose, and wherever you are. In your variation of Navasana, we're going to slowly release all the way down, inviting the back body to the mat, rounding out through the low back, unravel and allow that to meet first. Maybe the heels meet, and the thoracic spine, and the shoulder blades, the backs of the hands, the backs of your head. Well, let's take the heels to the mat as you draw the knees to rise and feet shoulder width apart once more. And we're going to take a release of the low back, tilting the pelvis and drawing the low back to meet the mat. And often when we work our way from Savasana, you've got this tilt in the lumbar spine and this arch in space. And when we draw the soles of the feet, that arch maintains. What we're looking for here, though, is a release of the lower back and a tucking of the pelvis. And so as you tuck the pelvis and connect the low back to the mat, we'll slowly draw the right knee back to that same position that we had earlier in our Navasana, our boat pose. The shin parallel. Flipping the backs of the hands to connect the palms. No need to support here. And the left foot to rise. And drawing to mirror and match the right. And that tilt of the pelvis really important now as you shorten the space between the pubic bone and the rib cage, as that connects you to that fiery center. And this now becomes your foundation. To the chest now, allow the heels to relax and take the hands once more to rest upon the shins as you draw the knees into your chest. We're going to give ourselves a beautiful big hug and squeeze here. Maybe taking the forearms, the elbows, to completely embrace and hug those lower legs. Forehead draws towards the knees. And as you release the grip and release the back body once more to the mat, we're going to take an extension of the legs, your Viparita Karani. And for your Viparita Karani today is your preparation for our Garudasana cross or our bind of the legs. We want to enjoy and invite that lymphatic drainage, and so to assist in that, a gentle decline feels really beautiful here. Now, decline today, if you have a bolster, you're welcome to take that beneath your pelvis. Otherwise, it's nice just to take the hands in that diamond shape. You might want to take a wiggle side to side or a release of the pelvis to find that little bit of extra height for the pelvis. As you find that height and take the legs into that extension, there's no need to force this. There's no need to lock the legs in that full extension. You can keep a gentle bend. You can have the ankles soft, the toes soft. And let's release that support, whether you had the bolster or your hands beneath the pelvis. Release it now. When you feel the heat of the pelvis connecting to the mat, can you feel the tingle and the cold sensation, maybe even pins and needles through the soles of your feet, the tops of your feet, and the tips of your toes, and how beautiful that feels, that polarity and energy, the heat and the fire from your core, and balanced out with the cool feet. Let's invite a contraction and a bind to take that a little further. Once more, leading with the left. Just like we did with our Garudasana arms, with that left crossing over from the elbow, your knees become that cross now. And with the knees connecting, you might release the heels and find your Garudasana today just with a single cross. Or you might be taking a double cross. If you're taking a double bind, not only will the knees bind, you'll take the left toes beneath the ankle, the calf of the right, and allow that double bind. When we took our Garudasana, you'll remember, to assist us to open through the backs of the shoulders, we drew the elbows higher. We're going to do the same thing here and just invite the knees a little higher to take a tuck of the pelvis. And you might assist this, taking the hands on top of the knees. And our Garudasana across today, our bind, invites that contraction and that pressure. And that connection between our left side and right side. I'm going to take that now to the sides of the back body. As you release your grip and take cactus arms, or release the hands and find full flight and full extension. I'm going to slowly drop the knees to the right now as you take your spinal twist with that Garudasana cross. Now, if you're working with a bolster tonight or a pillow, I find this really, really lovely to take a support beneath that left knee. And you might just have a blanket rolled up, and I find it really comfortable to take just a soft blanket and roll it tightly enough to sit beneath the knees, allowing a complete surrender. A couple of pillows works really well here. A bolster, a cork block, or even a foamy beneath that knee to invite support. Wringing out the spine, we're going to take the gaze across to the left hand now. And drawing the chin towards that left shoulder and closing down the eyes. And as you settle in here to your Garudasana cross in your legs, and that rotation in your spine, with the pressure placed upon your breath, and the pressure of the posture, in this ringing action. Are you able to channel your tapas and channel your fire? Allow you to focus upon the determination to simply be still. And make no mistake, that's just as challenging as a fiery flow. Some of us find it even more so. And let's take this to the other side. And for some assistance here, we're going to flip the palms and press into the mat. Or to the earth beside you. I want you to use that fire, though, from your belly to draw the knees back to center. Release your Garudasana, release your cross, and come back to that Viparita Karani with the legs in an extension, and taking the toes and the soles of the feet to the sky. We're going to roll out the ankles. And just inviting that little bit of movement in your Viparita Karani helps with that drainage and helps with that flow of blood, releasing the ankles and taking your circles in all directions, alternating. And then come back to that stillness. And this time, as you release the connection of the legs, your right knee crosses over the top of the left. Single cross, take your release now. Or if you're taking that double cross with the extension, we're going to take now the right toes beneath the left Achilles, the left calf. And Garudasana now takes you to the left. And slowly guiding the knees down. And if you're using support with the pillows, the bolster, your blankie, whatever you have there, you can place that to rest beneath that right knee now for support. Arms back out, either to cactus or your full expression. And the backs of the hands to rest upon the mat, and so you allow the palms to open to receive this posture. And slowly take your gaze and your chin towards the right shoulder. And as we find stillness here and a ringing out of your opposing side, working with the ebb and flow of your breath, left side and right side of your spine, left side and right side of your spiral. In this contracted state, notice whether this side feels any more or less balanced. And then your twist and rotation to the right side. When we work with our tapas, it's one of the nayamas, which is simply one of the observances. And it calls each of the nayamas, call for us simply to become the watcher, to observe our thoughts. To observe our feelings, our sensations within each asana, each posture. Observe the mind wanting to run and release out of this posture maybe. Your final breath here. Let's slowly once again flip the palms to take the want and the desire away from us to assist here and allow the tapas to be what's guiding, leading, and controlling this movement. As you draw back to center, release the bind, and taking the toes to the sky. And you'll probably find feet are really quite cold now. The toes are really quite. And take the hands to the backs of the knees once more. We'll take a rock and a roll up and down the spine, drawing ever so slowly to your full rise, and then rocking up and down the length of your spine, working between your seat and your support of your lumbar spine, your mid back and your head, and staggering between this rock and roll. Settling in on any little points, sticking points that today need a little bit of extra pressure. a little bit of extra load, and therefore a little bit of extra love. Next time you find your way back to the back body, our final posture today for your practice is a double Garudasana, both the knees and the legs from the back body. Come back to that Viparita Karani, and left knee tracks across the right, and find your bind with your legs. Extend the arms to the sky, reaching for the energy above you. Mirroring and matching your left elbow on top of the right, find your Garudasana. And from here, we're taking an extension with the legs and allowing the feet to connect to the mat and the prayer to rest upon your third eye. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Next breath, inhale. And your exhale is going to guide you and lead you to release and draw into a tight ball, contracting. Inhale, take it back to float just above the mat, staying with that tapas. Exhale, drawing in, tight ball. Inhale one final time. How's your fire? Exhale, curling in. And this next inhale unravels you, arms, legs. Take it all to the sky, dead ant. Rolling out now the ankles, the wrists. And taking both directions. And hug it in. And coming back to that rock and roll, either up and down the spine or maybe this time across the body. Enjoying that little bit of pressure upon the back of the pelvis. And let's take that double Garudasana, that double eagle, into full flight now upon the right side. And taking an extension, both arms and legs. Right knee crosses over the top of the left and wrapping that double bind if you're taking your double. Right elbow wraps on top of the left. Find your prayer and your Garudasana wrap. And then slowly rise the elbows and take the toes to the ground. For just a moment, find a complete and full breath. A complete and full surrender amidst this chaos, your pretzel-like formation, bound and wound. Inhale here. And slowly releasing the feet as you exhale, curling into that tight ball, drawing your prayer towards the knee. Inhale, find space just hovering. Your second exhale, drawing that heat, that fire, and that determination, your passion from your center, from your core. Inhale into the posture. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, completely release the head, the body. Inhale, draw to rise, and fingertips, toe tips, and roll it out one final time. Your wrists, your ankles. Find prayer and take a grip. Release the heels. And we'll draw the elbows down too. And taking a roll with the wrists, one way and then the other. And with the hands still in grip, we're going to link them on top of the knees. And on your exhale, draw once more into that tight but neutral ball. Forehead towards the knees. And slowly release in and take the hands overhead, extend the legs, the full length of your mat. And taking the heels nice and wide, reaching the toes, reaching the fingertips towards the wall behind you. And as you exhale, staying out in this star shape, find a complete release of the body, allowing the heels to fall open, allowing the shoulders to fall open. And all 4 points, each shoulder, each pelvis, completely surrendering. And closing down the eyes if you haven't already. We come back to our stillness and our breath once more. We want to stay nice and warm in this practice today. So if you have your blankie nearby, as we find our way now to our Savasana, we're going to be taking as we find our way to our Savasana, we're going to be taking a body scan. Allow those feet to fall out. Allow the palms to open. And that cool tingling sensation you noticed earlier in your toes and the soles of your feet with the legs elevated. Can you feel the shift and the change in the temperature now with the body in alignment? Noticing the alignment of the body and the pressure points beneath us, the points that support us upon the mat. The heel, the calf, the glutes, thoracic spine, the shoulder blades, and the triceps, the elbows, the backs of hands, and the backs of your head, the back of your head. Each of those pressure points, as you inhale, I want you to send the breath to that point, increasing your connection to the pressure point and pressure points of the body. As you exhale and soften into those points. 2 more conscious breaths as you inhale. We breathe into the heels, the calf, the glutes, the thoracic spine, the shoulder blades, the triceps, elbows, backs of hands, the back of head. As you exhale, cultivating connection through each of these pressure points. One final breath. Inhale, taking your scan of your points. Maybe you have a bolster or a pillow beneath your knees and you can feel a connection there too. Maybe you have a pillow beneath the neck and you feel a connection there too. Wherever your connection. Exhale and surrender into that point. And yogis, if you have extra time, I invite you to hit pause now and extend your savasana for as long as you possibly can. Otherwise, if you have allocated your 45 minutes today, slowly draw the sole of the right foot to meet the mat and the sole of the left foot to meet the mat. And take the hands to extend overhead. And we'll take a roll now to your left side, your heart side. You may be using that left arm as a pillow, resting the left cheek upon the arm, the bicep. And let's use that right hand to press into the earth. And slowly make your way, with the eyes still closed down, back to your seat. Sit bones connecting once more and coming back to where you begun. And taking a full circle, a full cycle of your practice. And with the eyes closed down, find your palms connecting, your fingertips connecting. And in your prayer, and allow it to rest at your heart center. The ignition of your tapas, purification through discipline today. And it took discipline to find your way to the mat today. And it took discipline to hold those postures and find stillness when your body was probably fighting you and telling you, your fire was telling you to move. Or in those core contractions, those deep fiery burning contractions for your center. Maybe your tapas was active and your discipline and your practice today. If your tapas was simply holding, staying, persevering. Whatever your tapas looked and felt like today, know that you've carved out this time and you're able to bow your head now in respect, in reverence to the teacher that resides within, and that reminded you the importance of showing up on your mat every day, no matter what it looks like. Namaste.